I wanted to talk about, it's always a good excuse to talk if we know astrology. Today, it's the 9th, and we're having our epic Uranus square, Mars square Uranus. Mars is in Aquarius, and it's about people. Aquarius is about people and friends, groups of people. The people are surrounding group of people, whether it's a mob or people. So anyway, we have the square of Mars and Uranus, and usually, see, I'm predicting. It's not a good prediction, but it's pointing at maybe mishaps with the aviation uh, department industry. But the first thing I noticed today is the way that all the birds are communicating. The winged creatures are very, very social. This morning, to me, I can hear them all, and they seem to be. And I just acknowledged very deeply how that is very possible because I've been here around these parts, minus a decade or so going on a walkabout, but since for sure my grandmother. I mean, but me here at least, though, yeah, for sure over the last 12 or 14 years. Um, some of the blue jays have nests up against my house, and they have little offspring, and they had offspring, and they had offspring. Same trip is that they were hatched right up against the house here, and I'm there also filming some of them here on SM. And so my point is that these are social birds. They're habitual creatures, and part of their habits is my life, seeing me every day and my habits and stuff. And they are interacting. They wait to see us. And when they see us, they say things and they chirp, and it's the truth. If you're anywhere and you have birds in your area, you're part of their magnetic electrical celebration. And anyway, thanks for listening to that. I'm trying to be passionate amongst just being fired upon by stupid people. Anyway, God, when it comes time for others to be uh, mature, don't count on it, right? Maybe it's time for you to mature up. A lot of times, see, I know that there's a balance that could be had. I mean, we could be different. We can behave differently, and ah, I think I'm getting karma because um, of just expecting, like, okay, so if you align that way, um, if you have a vibrational frequency that is that way, then you're going to align to that type of mentality. But no, see, no. This thing still lingering in the air, the asphalt. Um, Literally, it's not dissipated. It's because of that it got wet, and now it's like fuming even more with some of the and it's so disappointing. Pardon me for living in a mountain wilderness area and noticing how detoxified it really is, but noticing how people are. See, you need to stop using the dryer sheets that are highly toxic. Bounce, Snuggles, all of that highly toxic dryer sheets that you get off the shelves at Stater Brothers, highly toxic. They kill the trees and even you. And they are. See, none of it. It gets on the clothes, yeah. It is very toxic for you, but it gets in the air, and you have to smell it. I don't know why. See, I would love to know where to go, where the communities there, the community, the people, the accumulated ecological phenomena that might be, well, that is human, which is our main concern, or else we don't really have much, do we? What are we doing? Running around like Rambo, hiding behind the rocks? Yes. And it's just about that way. If you look at it now, it's not rocks. We're just boxing ourselves up, and then we are limited to now family. That's, see, babes, this conversation. Here we go. Okay, let me, because it was said that Jesus once said, or somebody, whoever's smart and they make history and they have to repeat their words and people will be deeply confused by it, but thank God they're dead, so we don't really have to listen to it and let's roll our eyes like narcissists know how to do. Jesus say that there isn't any merit in loving your family members, like your children, your own children. There isn't any merit. God can care less about people who love their children and their family, not more so than, no. I mean, you're not getting any credit there. You're going to get merit and good tally mark to God if you learn how to love complete strangers. Better yet, learn how to love your enemy. And so then, yeah, because now attachment development, most narcissists don't know that that's what that is. You're ensuring that you've developed attachment that isn't love at all. It isn't nurturing. You can care less who could have possibly been there by the time that child. That's where narcissists are destroying their children by the age 3. You can see it. They have all kinds of problems just trying to get into their bodies because ignorant, fucking stupid people are just haphazardly uh, reproducing. And I think the worst of the worst are the female species of the possibility of being human being. There is because well, for having recreated all that whole thing, they kind of deserve everything that goes on. And then what goes on? To me, I mean, you can see it. I mean, there's just a lot of resources burning. It's chugging, steaming away, trying to keep up with this bullshit that these people are, sorry, getting, this is my Uranus square, I mean, yeah, to Mars, but really, how could you go wrong? See, we have Mars squaring Uranus today. I'm Mars ruled, and then you wonder what happened to Shauna or just any of the Aries people. Well, here's what happened to the organism itself. This is what time it is. The sun is in Pisces still. We have also, we are just getting through. See, we are also going to head into Venus being in Pisces very soon. And then Mars is going to be in Pisces. So this is still the Pisces vibration. We are supposed to be hibernating, and during that time, you are imagining in accordance to the experience of the truth that is as good as the sun coming up and down and the moon phases and everything else, the dirt and the rocks and trees, not lying there. I'll try to give you a more peaceful lesson. But you can be very irate at how that, the more you wake up, the more it's not very fun because you begin to realize the real travesty amongst the human ecology, which is stupidity that is hindering and even causing disease. It causes disease. If you're a narcissist pulling off the asphalt, pulling off pouring asphalt down and then not even thinking twice about it, but maybe thinks later on. I think that later on they thought about it, and I wouldn't want to be them at that point. And how that they really did gang up on me, and it's just me here, and the truth though, the truth is much more solid than even me. See, they have to deal with their health problems. See, but the thing is I'm managing my own. See, everybody has some kind of health problems because of dealing with the gaslighting narcissistic society, and this is the whole truth. It's not necessarily like, oh, the dryer sheets and this and that, but it is, yes. They're the ones doing this stuff, and it's like, can you stop doing it? Did you know that there is a movement now to just, you need to stop it? Switch to other things that work just as well. That is so much, oh my God, go by how you feel. And these people, you get the picture that they have been beaten or something abused enough, and everybody has some place in them that has been calloused down. And so they're not feeling it. They might have some other things going on and they wonder why they have whatever their doctor tells them that they have, all these strange diseases that come up. And it's like, no, you have a reaction to something that you're ingesting or you're being exposed to it and you're just not eliminating it. And as long as you keep it around, you're going to have that particular ailment and, oh, God, have it compound by going to a doctor and getting a fake medication for your fake illness because it's coming from a fake place. And why don't you get real, and use things and, what are you really doing? And the thing is there's a populace out there that is so, oh God, I'm sorry, you guys. I live, and if you're a local, hit like, I'm about to, this is so overwhelming. It's trippy, but I'll probably be just, it's just like, so what, Shauna? What are you going to do for yourself to care for yourself? And I have an idea. It's coming. It's kind of creeping in because I refuse to believe. Really, I really do. Because I refuse to believe that I have to move away from here and sell this place. It's kind of pitiful. It's like, no, you don't go this far. And even how I know that, I think pretty sure they are predicting food shortage, like kind of like with the C-19 announcement, how it would jolt things and we would see that no, but they can cause with something else. How dependent we are. See, this is the reason why I find myself in the mountains, is because my great grandmother and grandfather knew what caused the depression in the 20s. And it's your government that everybody so trusts, unfortunately, has created a literal product by way of what? Now, those those injection thingies, that was a science experiment. If you got that, I mean, they managed to just stamp you with something there that says you are now ours. You have agreed to be our experiment, our product, and whatever happens is not your say so, it's ours. And in a science lab, most of it's trash. They get one little bit that they think that it was a great idea, and who knows, talk about aliens, huh? If there ever are aliens, I'm sticking to it, and you should just make it go viral yourself, like you made it up to. Uh, an alien is just a bright idea coming in, but the universe, adopt this too, is 100% human. Human. See, the thing is that in order to see and be as human can possibly be, includes knowing the universe in a completely different way than what we think we are. We're just a speck way over here, and then this is a vast, and then it's like, no, there's interdimensional stuff that's going on. It's so. while we're in Pisces, while we're in Pisces, I'm going to bother to try and keep scraping at it. We've got Venus going there and then Mars going there. We just now have Mercury conjunct Neptune, which is like, you have to get artistic. You have to just billow out with your poetry and look into the coloring and the shades and shadows of things, of how it's so illusory here. It's going to be happening. The blessing, is happening today, and then tomorrow is happening. See, I'm going to make sure I get on my guitar and really just keep structure and play pick from the infinite truth that is there, which is the geometric spectrum of music that I know of. That the better you are, the more that you're pulling from a harmonious vibrational frequency, and then that's just, there's music for you. But anyway, God, uh, now see, it's going to be after see this Mars square Uranus during the exact Mercury conjunct Pluto, I mean Neptune. See, wow, then Mercury is going to jump right into the sign of the ruling sign of Mars, Aries. It's going to be ruled by Mars, while we have this square to Uranus kind of tapering off. And it's a good time it's just going to reestablish in people how some things they need to make sure that they can stand up for themselves, and because other things may rehash with other other people that are actually living a lie. See, there is something called the people of the lie. And there's your favorite subject matter. Here we come again. Narcissism is why I have uh, 380 some odd subscribers. It all ties in for sure. There's so many different ways to talk about this. Narcissist, God, that's something that the very narcissist trained us in on saying, so we can have the fucking farthest clue as to what they mean. You know, otherwise Buddhists would just tell you, oh, there's the mind, the field of information that is the mind, and then there's the field of information that is reality. Narcissists have closed their account with reality, and they've only gone to the field of information that is the mind, period. And you want another name for these fucking people. You know, there's so many other ones. And one of them suggests, and it's a very light way to say it, but it's from the Buddhists, they say, and they are hallucinating as separate, that they are separate. They think, oh, they're the only ones that are experiencing having a boundary being broken, and then I'm a human that had to kind of stand up and figure something out and not even get a reward that is from the reward system that is found all around you, which is narcissists. It's this house of mirrors. If you ever really thought about it, please, you need to step away from society and run for the hills, kids, and consider the lilies, because then you'll be able to see away from the confusion that everybody is being towards each other as an influence. You know, boy, it's about a wonder that they wouldn't already yet come up with a shot or something that would kind of get rid of it. Yeah, right. Really is only to identify it. Who is living in their mind the most? Well, if see, that was a host um, that that is parasitical and needs this last hit for the organism to just go into materialism and kill your enabler over it, and pull up the ladders, and nobody gets to help each other up. You know, especially not the old cottage over there. Burn it down and let's cement it over and have some lights. Yay! Then you have a different scenario that is what I'm trying to stay on track here, a little bit milder. You know, people are shifting around, and it's going to get kind of hairy before it gets better. Flourishing. What flourishes? Good question. You know, I say the good does, God does. The truth of truths do. You know, eventually, like if we talk about the split thingy, whether what that is, it's like obvious to me, and I don't like it. It's like, oh God. Now, is it now? To me, it's just there's human beings and then there's non-human beings. There could be that a certain gender embodies more likely being human than another. Put the E at the end of human. I said humane than the other. But don't, oh no, here comes the mob. Mob, Jesus, here comes the mob. That's all right. Come with me, hon. You don't belong here. All right. I was trying to just, yeah, you have no business. Okay, thank you. I understand. But as long as you're here, babes, borrowing the human flesh and going through this, borrowing God's material, why not just do what you got to do and stand your ground? And the truth is that there is instant healing when you go to the truth, and it's not people. Never is it people. See, there is the truth about people. There's the truth about truth, and we can have this conversation. At minute 19, do you think we're going to get to it? God, I would love to. I'm dead serious about it. It's like, yeah, no, this is something we need to talk about. See, I'm looking at something. I'm like, oh no, did I even get near scratching at it on this video? It's 20 minutes, and see, um, it's fine that we're still in dreamland with the Pisces thing, but I have an Aries rising, and also see it's the Mars transit right now squaring Uranus, and I'm like, hey, I'm a Uranian person. I'm a Uranian person, and so I'm gonna light up, and it's like it's like I can just imagine like this turbulence that we're going through. Talk about the human ecology that's going. Yay! Now we're gonna be materialists.
I think you're doing so bad.
Because why? I didn't jump on the asphalt deal and the fucking get 15 more chicken legs for one price. God, you guys, double tumor down over there and enjoy your fucking cancer stick. Sorry.
Scotty,
You know what I'm excited about? And I tried to express this in the beginning, is that I'm just gonna, and I've done it before, you just break the dirt and you plant seeds and you cover it up and you make sure it's protected. And I have a good idea this year. And I have seeds and I'm just gonna plant a garden as much as the wilderness is it's kind of hard, but like I said, I think I have a good plan to keep the squirrels away and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna really do it in such a way that, well, the key is to plant enough, but then also plant in many different areas. I guess I don't know. Wish me luck. Thanks for listening to all this. Boy, there's a lot of that energy with Mars square Uranus for me. I wanted to say one more thing, splicing in and not even letting you in on what I just said. Maybe I could see I could edit and uh, Mercury by Sunday. See, this is the 3/9. It's a special number, March 9th. 3/9. Mars is making this aspect with Uranus, but see, then now we have had this communications that's just been shut down. I've been communicating with the spirit world. I'm very, very, very humbled with what I have been shown, despite the overlay of the narcissist, the physical world. There is definitely, we're in this weird place, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not in any kind of um, position right now to inform you as much as I would love to uh, at the level that I've been shown. Uh, just let you know, but really, I don't even know if it's anybody's business but mine. Um, but I'm grateful and humbled to have been gone through this. So, but we may communicate some things. Some things are going to communicate naturally. So this is what I'm trying to say. When Mercury goes into Aries, it's going to be a very different feel, and the communications is going to step up. And I'll have to look at it. See, it's going to go over my ascendant. But for everybody, humanity, which that's what I am, babes, I am humanity. It's going to start trying to communicate it. It's going to be very Martian, right? We still have the tapering off of the Mars square with Uranus, it makes its first entrance while Mercury makes its first entrance into Aries, which is a very different. I tried to explain the vibe of a person with Mercury in Aries, and they are very boisterous. They think they can sing, but they can't. I've never heard one that can sing. They have a scratchy voice. They're kind of rough and tumble. Their talk is sometimes can be very harsh, right? And most of the time, like, God, can these people ever say something less awkward at any time? Yeah. It always has to be some kind of highly energetic conversation anyway, and so uh, could be problematic if you give them alcohol anyway. Stay away from that. That's one of the things that the non-human faction has unleashed upon the population. It's just like a good old warlord would ever do. Is just here's your poison, $2.99 and get 5 free.